DJ here, and it's another episode of shedCAST. Happy to hear you guys. Well, not hear you guys, but we're happy you guys are listening and hearing us once again. Come on, give me a break. All right. Hey, look, I'm still getting used to this introducing thing, but hey, you know, we have two special guests here who are part of a collective, but I'll let them introduce themselves.
No, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, my name is Mark Amore. That guy.
I'm Nomad the Native.
And we are
2/3 of Not.Alone.
supposed to sound exciting when you said that shit, son. Damn.
Oh, my bad.
I set it up and I went
being
like this.
I'm giving you the direct facts as I know them. No jokes.
2/3 of Not.Alone. Who and where is the third? Introduce the third one for you, and also
He's actually sitting right here.
okay. Hey, what's up?
No,
I didn't see that.
Nah, he's probably at work like shit
Okay.
right now.
Our third brother, Data. He's multi-instrumentalist of the group.
Just text, dude.
Oh, Kel, he did just text us.
Shout out to Data, brother Data.
Yeah, shout out to Data.
All right, so
man.
yeah, shout out to Data because he's always about that bag.
Always about the bag.
Like he just texted us about some money. Like, son, we about to go get this money or nah?
Essentially.
Yeah, but multi-instrumentalist producer of the group, the youngest brother, but he's the most busy, so he can't make it today.
It's all
That
good.
proper English.
The most busiest?
Most busy?
Did I say that?
The busiest.
Sure. Whatever.
I got you.
Grammar police.
Lyricist.
Damn. Well, shit. I won't step into that one, but but okay. So really quick, like you guys could give us like a brief or long, however you prefer, like introduction on how you guys came together.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So it was like what 2010 that we met.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I was rapping, as I still am, and kind of out on the scene and shit with my music, and I met him through my cousin. My closest cousin is his best friend from college. They went to UMES together, and my cousin introduced us to each other and was like, "Yo, my man sings. Y'all should work together." And I was like, "All right, bet you should sing." And
I was like, no.
he was all reluctant and shit, and then eventually he sang, and I was like, "Yo, my nigga, you can sing good as fuck. We should like work." But we went to different schools, so it was like there was never really a time for us to link. Then when we graduated, I think was it the same year, 2014?
Yeah.
So we both graduated from college. Him from UMES. I graduated from Frostburg State, and after we had graduated, then we were able to like link up and like hang out. And I had him featured on a couple of songs that I was working on at the time, and we was just kind of chopping it up, like working a little bit because he wanted to get into doing music a little bit more.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything with it at all, like at all.
Yeah.
He kind of pushed me into it for real, which to this day still thank him for, you know. And a couple years later, I mean,
Yeah.
here
So
we are essentially.
around the same time, maybe I want to say like 2 years after I met him more, I was still in college, and I met Data. Like he was a pianist at an open mic that was going on at college, and we just freestyling over the keys. Like it was just a bunch of people ciphering around the keys, which was really cool and shit. So I met him and like we just chopped it up a little bit and kind of like cool around campus. And then I had some songs I was working on for an EP that I released some years back, and I asked him if he could, you know what I mean, help out and like messing around with production a little bit, just because he knew music theory and I didn't.
Right.
And we ended up not using those songs that we worked on, but
They were garbage.
he ended up performing with me at the release event for the EP that I was working on and ended up releasing at the time.
I think that was when I first met him, actually.
And you met him shortly thereafter.
Yeah, it was at the event, right?
Yeah, you met him at the event. And then so that was 2016, I'm thinking. No, not 2016, that was 2015. It was 2015. And then into 2016, Data and I we decided to like link back up after college and work on more music. And we were gonna make a collective of ourselves, like be able to provide different angles of views on music. Me being like hip hop and like urban with my music, and him being more jazz and like classically trained and in bands. So like he has a very refined ear, I have kind of a rough ear. So we were gonna like come together and make something of our two different sounds. And like I was reflecting back on the songs that I had done with Amor, and was like, yo, we should probably get him to like help out. So we reached out to him. It was like all of these things were going on concurrently almost. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like my relationship with him and my relationship with Data were going concurrently, and then like I kind of just crashed the two friendships into each other after college. And we've been rocking since 2016, March of 2016. So it's been 2 years, and then like all that time from then to now, we've been like just doing live shows, testing out music, figuring out our sound, and like just trying to like be as genuine in our friendship as possible. And like a lot of our music stems from the cohesion that we have in our friendship. So yeah.
I dig it, man. Like I wanted to ask you, like you know, because of course, you know, I was around, I saw, you know, you performing as well and doing production. Like, you know, we've all had those sessions, you know, back in the FL, you know, working on FL Studio, trying to figure it out.
Oh, in my mama basement.
Yeah. But like, I wanted to ask you as a producer, and you know, you said you had a rough ear. So how was it kind of like, do you have to like relinquish your title as a producer when you're under Data, or is it more of a collab type of thing? Like, how was the process of you as a producer when it comes to making these songs?
We're really liberal about our use of the term producer, because the way to our understanding, is a producer somebody that directs the song and adds input in order to make the best of the music, and also direct the mood, direct the feel of the song, right? And in that respect, all three of us are producers.
Gotcha.
Though a lot of times I'm providing primary ideas for production, and then Data polishes those ideas, and then we like bounce ideas back and forth. Amor is right there bouncing ideas and throwing ideas in the mix. He may not know specifically what, you know what I mean, certain instruments to use, but he'll be like, yo, make this sound with it. Or like I'll pick something and he'll hum something, and then
I mean,
we just we're all bouncing ideas about how to like maximize the song.
Yeah, like they're the main people that, you know, kind of handle the producing. I mean, but if they're like the paintbrush, I'm kind of like just telling them how to stroke the fucking paint, for real.
Gotcha.
You know, yeah.
Okay, so when you guys have been performing, I remember, I think the first time I saw you guys perform was at like Black Cat upstairs.
Oh, that was our first show.
Okay,
that was our first show as Not.Alone.
Okay,
well, not even. We weren't even. I mean, we didn't. It was Nomad, and we were just like.
But dog. I
always thought it was Not.Alone. I thought you guys introduced yourself as
Not.Alone. On the flyer in the adage, it said Nomad the Native.
Okay.
But like Not.Alone performed. It was Not.Alone's like. It was music for something that was for me, but the way we perform is Not.Alone. Like there's production going on, so like you'll hear music cued by the DJ, or sometimes even live produced by me, which is something that we're working on. And then certain elements are provided by Data, like either piano, bass guitar, or trombone. So like he's adding live music along with the production that was already set up, and then he's singing and I'm rapping. So like,
okay, and that's what it is now, or that's what it was before?
That's what it always is.
Okay,
like it's evolving now into me live producing, but there's always a combination of elements. There's never just a backtrack. There's some backing, and then Data's playing.
Something is always happening, like in front of you, for sure.
Okay, see, because that's one thing I was curious about, like, how do bands prepare for live stuff? Like, because you have a recorded version, you want to like you know, like when I think of me as an artist, I'll make a song and then say, okay, for a live version, I'm going to do this. I may drop the beat right here. I may add this here, blah, blah, blah. But if you're a band, you guys, you know, especially with a refined ear and
we like
adding
to
all
switch
kinds
up
of theories.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. We switch it up. We try to flip everything that we do. We'll make it one way in the studio and ways for you to hear, you know, on your SoundCloud or iTunes, whatever it is. But when you come see us, it's a different experience.
Like we just throw more random fun ideas in for like our performance, for like our live performance versions of songs, or like we'll throw something extra at the end, like for one of the songs this that we've performed a whole lot. It's on something coming soon. Whenever we can get that squared away, it's coming soon. But we perform it a lot, and we it ends with like they just playing the keys throughout, and it ends with like just the keys. Like the beat is all like ended, and it's just the keys, and then like he starts jamming, and I start freestyling over the shit, and like
it's just like
just to continue, and it's like always slightly the freestyle and the way he jumps into it is always slightly different each time. So like each live performance has like its own special thing for that one song at least. I'm
sure that's tight. Like just like you don't know what is about to happen. I mean, you can rehearse it, but then it's like, man, fuck it, let's do this. Like this muscle's tight, and let's just do it. Let's work it out.
Yeah.
So okay, so you guys just dropped Black DeLorean EP. All right, let's make some noise really quick. Black DeLorean. Woo! You gotta dry this. No. But so okay, so let's start from the top. Like, why is it called Black DeLorean? Like, first and foremost. I mean, listening to the project, I have an idea, but I'd rather y'all.
What do you think?
I mean, I think of it as you're taking people to a certain time, and also you're talking about time in different ways. Like, okay, like the first song, you know, I'm thinking it's like old school love, like you're talking about love, like taking it to a time where, you know, where love was pure, correct? Or this is what I'm thinking. Time spent, of course, is, and we're gonna talk about time spent, but that's my shit for many reasons. It's like it's working its way into my heart on a time management level.
That's beautiful.
It's like I feel that song. Black DeLorean, the outro, like I look at that as just kind of like a culmination of everything that's going on and just like taking people to that sound of it. I'm not necessarily confused on the concept, but I'm just not clear with it yet of that song. I'm still like, you know, living with it. But I just think about like why Black DeLorean, because you're talking about moving forward in the song. You're not talking about going back in time, you know. So,
well, I mean, you kind of hit everything spot on, and for the most part, the entire EP is based on time management, essentially.
Concepts of
time. So, and I mean, with the DeLorean, you can go to the past or the future. So,
so really quick, I don't mean to interrupt. I know y'all been running up on people asking them, where would y'all go in the Black DeLorean? Where would you go? Like,
what did you say?
If I had it's like, what would you do if you had a DeLorean, right? From Back to the Future. And what I say is, if I had a DeLorean, I'd paint the junk black, tint the windows, probably get some black ass rims, and then like go ahead and do a hit and run on Hitler or Slave Master.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just in the DeLorean, come
Straight
back
like that.
And then just come back, like, you know.
Well, just blood on it.
I mean, I watched that shit all or something.
I'm going back for the bag. So I'm going back and investing in like Amazon, Apple,
So
like
essentially, Biff
Netflix.
Tannen.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Hey, man.
Essentially,
get
he's
the
just
money.
gonna be Biff.
Get the money.
You're a fucking bully.
Get the money.
No, I feel you.
I'm gonna
Like,
give to charity though. You know what I'm saying?
honestly, I've been thinking like, what would I do if I had one? Like, where would I go? I don't know. Like, there's
so many possibilities.
Because running over a slave master is one thing.
Sounds great.
But the thing is like, wait, do Black DeLoreans have gas? I just don't want to run out of gas. like in 1812. Like, I don't want to run out of gas.
For life.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So like Like in the second movie, the flux capacitor was run off of a garbage disposal type system.
Okay.
So like, anytime that you can find garbage, which is like anytime humans existed, because we just create that shit.
Terrible.
You can power the damn DeLorean. So like,
I feel like I can just put.
You wouldn't run out of gas.
Okay.
All you gotta do is pick up some trash.
It's like, okay, I'm trusting you.
I would say something about those times back then. I'll just say there was a lot of trash back then. You know, I'll keep it vague.
Okay.
All right.
But I always wonder would I go in the past or in the future though. Like,
I mean,
because I don't want to mess up with the future, like, but I also don't want to mess with the past.
I mean,
like,
would you mess up the future because it's technically not the future yet?
Son,
I mean,
hold up. I have an idea about that, right? You know the concept of the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
Like if you
you run over Hitler.
Yeah.
Like,
or if you go into the past and you like do something as one minuscule change, such as
just
stepping
breathe.
on a butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly effect. So like if you do something as minuscule as stepping on a butterfly, the change that you will have invoked in the world and in the time stream would change everything about the time stream. So like you would go back, not touch anything, step on a butterfly, come back to your present, and everything would be completely different, right? But hold up, I'm not done. So like that's the butterfly effect, right?
More?
So it's like past, like minuscule things or changes in the past would ripple forward into the future or into your present. I was wondering if there's like some sort of idea of quantum entanglement that would verify that the same thing would be true if you did it in the future. If you went to the future and you accidentally stepped on a fucking butterfly, would the ripples go back in time as well? So if you were to go back to your present after stepping on a butterfly in your future, would your present be completely different?
No.
Are you into string theory at all?
A little bit, but like,
Because like
it's
with
just a thought,
string
dog.
theory, okay, like I read this, like I was bored on a plane once. I just read this 20-page analysis of string theory. I was bored, okay? And it was actually really interesting. And it was talking about like, I mean, of course with a string, you know, like with just a string, this is one thing, the past, the other side is the future, and you know, you're in the middle of the present, what have you. Like, I believe if you did something in the future of that nature, it could affect it. Only because like,
I don't see how.
it is at the end of a certain timeline, and like because that timeline is then shifted in general, it will affect the whole string. Like in other words, if a string is
thinking about it from
a string
physics,
is 3 yards,
from a perspective of physics, like if there was like like you have water, like you have a whole surface of water, like you drop something on this end of the water, there's ripples that move in all directions. If you drop something on the other end of the water, it would still cause ripples all throughout.
I mean, I just don't see how.
Why are you thinking about it from the perspective of like a
just
river
literally
flowing?
just literally right now. Like, let's say it's 2018.
Okay.
Let's say I go to 2050.
Okay.
I kill somebody. How is that changing anything in 2018?
no,
it'll change. It'll change shit after 2050.
I'm talking about quantum entanglement.
I never had it.
I'm talking about quantum entanglement. Yeah. Quantum entanglement is like things across time and space linked. Like, it's almost like it doesn't make sense that it's linked. It's like,
I mean,
think about it like this: like, if you have a yard, a piece of string, it's 3 yards. Like, the first 2 yards are going to be the same regardless. But if you cut off a yard, that string it takes a little bit more resistance to keep it as tight, or less resistance rather. So it still affects it in some way in its general characteristics. Like, it loses the end of the string that was supposed to be there.
I think this is kind of like this kind of makes the assumption though that like that time from everything that has happened to everything that will ever happen is fixed.
All right. Like, that's the only
as opposed to flowing, it's fixed.
Yeah, and that's where string theory comes in. It's like there's a bunch of strings.
On I guess according to string theory, it'd be fixed. So like whatever is going to happen is as written as everything that has happened. So that if you alter something that's going to happen, it ultimately will affect something along the entire line of everything that even came before it. But if you're thinking about it from the perspective of like it's a river flowing, moments are just, you know what I mean, flowing along the river of time, then something dropped downstream would have no effect upstream.
That's how I'm looking at it. I mean, but I could see what y'all are saying as well.
And I'm thinking about like the oddities that could result from quantum entanglement. Because you know what I mean. That would kind of have to do with like it being fixed, so that like these things are all like wound together. So if you pop any part of it, it's like it distorts the whole thing. But
be some crazy
that has
shit.
nothing
Go
to do
the
with
future
music.
and, like,
I mean, it has to do with time and DeLorean.
Okay, in the project, yes.
Yeah, it does.
Damn.
And we got deep there. Like,
there it is.
I want to think on this some more afterwards, but
The whole rabbit hole thing. Sorry.
now rabbit holes are fun. It's just getting out of them. That's the
Tricky
hard part.
part.
Yeah. But okay, well, speaking of rabbit holes, all right. So rabbit hole I got lost in was the cover of the EP. So I know you have Danny's Carry Out, you got Spit That, you got, I forgot what the first marquee said, but it presents Not Alone.
Yeah.
And you had
Somebody actually zoomed in. I was curious.
Yeah,
if
we
somebody-
put that there just to
I
see
was
if people
curious.
zoom
if
in.
Oh, yeah,
people
no,
were
I-
actually
like,
gonna,
no.
Like
You're the first person who
that
said
was the rabbit hole. Like I was trying to see. I saw Ben's Chili Bowl, and there was two others in the back. What were those two others in the
and
back?
pizza.
and pizza
Okay.
and White Corner.
Okay.
Right corner, yeah.
My
All right.
favorite, my favorite breakfast spot, and then like one of our favorite places to just grab some weird
Yeah,
pizza.
shit is,
I mean, and pizza's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I heard they were doing some blue thing today. I don't know, something on Instagram. They were like,
no, if I
like this
want
post and
blue
comment
food.
under this post, and we're trying something blue. And I mean, I
Blue
like
ribbon?
it.
Is it if it's blue ribbon, then that's cool.
I don't know.
But like, I don't,
Probably blue cheese or something. But it was like,
Nah,
I don't know. I don't know. They did some limited release.
because like the blue ribbon, no blue apron, not blue ribbon. If it was blue apron,
deliver
I feel you.
and pizza to your house.
no, not deliver it. It's like it delivers all the raw, or like all the
like
all
those
the pieces
pieces in
no,
like
no.
elementary
Make
school.
it your.
Yeah,
Make
so
it your.
like Joe Corby's.
Yeah,
like
yes,
if Aunt
yes,
Pizza
yeah.
did a Joe Corby's
Oh my
thing,
God.
dog.
It's like an adult version of a Lunchable.
Oh, dog.
That would be
actually no.
actually delicious.
Forget Aunt Pizza. I want a Joe Corby's pizza, dog. Yo, have you had like when was the last time you had one of them jumps? Have you ever had one?
No.
You've never had a Joe
It's
Corby's,
been at least
dog?
10 years.
Son, we used to like go special with it. Like my father had like friends that he had met at like he had introduced me to at the skating ring, and like his friends had kids, so like we were all
Yeah.
buddies and stuff when I was a kid. I would go over their house. They would cook Joe Corby's, but they'd chop up bell peppers in the jump.
Oh, man.
They'd chop up mushrooms, onions, and then like fry up bacon and put that on top with the pepperoni and the sausage, and then put that joint in there. It was like phenomenal, dog. I
That
can't
crust. That crust. It's a special crust.
Even,
It's not little.
You think the
it's not-
recipe is still the same? You think they may have changed
Probably.
anything?
I mean, I would
Change
assume
everything
I would assume they kept
Hope
everything
they
the same.
don't.
They probably made certain
Everything
things
has changed.
organic or
oh God, I
Everything
really
was
hope they
changed.
don't.
but
Even so, do y'all think that the things that we enjoyed as a kid? Do you think that they have changed, or did our taste buds have just changed?
our taste buds have changed, and not even just food. Like
hold up.
there's TV too.
That just
Anything.
made me think about something.
Oh,
Remember when you were a kid and they had the fucking Tricks commercials and it said Tricks was for kids?
Yeah.
And them Jones was all different shapes and shit.
yeah.
But
Now?
when we became adults, and I don't know if it was like if the
this
recipe
a thing?
changed or if my
Like-
perception changed, but I can't see the shapes
Yeah.
no more
The joints
on
are-
Tricks.
They look
I
like
think so,
colored
like,
kicks.
This was their plan the entire time. It has to be.
I think that'd be great.
As you
That'd be
grow,
great marketing.
your perception
If,
of
like-
Tricks changes,
You know
but
what
the
I'm saying?
recipe and shape never does. That would be some wild
Definitely
ass
gonna ask my nephew and my niece.
That is.
sci-fi shit.
So do you see shapes or circles, my nigga?
It's like,
That'd have to be
What's
the
it-
wildest.
like, what's a
conspiracy
circle?
I don't know if I can
It's like-
tell you. Is that right?
It's like fuck. Well, you're no help.
theory. Stupid. Dog.
Nah, I definitely think. I don't think things really change. I definitely think our taste buds and just our taste in general changes.
I
Like,
think
buds do
I think a lot
change.
of our food changed.
I mean, yeah. I mean, not just food. I'm talking about like everything.
Oh,
from-
I'm about to say I think a lot of our food changed, like genetically modified.
I mean, yeah,
organisms,
Hell yeah,
dog.
chickens be big
You know,
as shit now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
like
no
the
comment.
food- like I don't know.
Oh man, you ever go to the store and like look at like the regular chicken and then like an organic chicken? Shit is like half the size. I'm like, so,
Cause like chickens aren't that big.
bro,
Like,
that
when
shit
was
is
the last time
wild
you saw
though.
a-
But it's really
but, like,
wild, like
you know
that
the-
it be that small in comparison to how the ones
Yeah,
that they
how
pump
fattened up they are,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, that shit is.
It's kind of sad.
It is,
Like,
man.
have y'all seen those videos? I'm sure you've seen the videos.
What videos are you referring to? Sir?
No,
It's like-
no, let's not talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Cause
yeah.
I actually want to get chicken after this.
Oh, okay.
So like,
you don't want to feel
And you
guilty.
already ate chicken.
Yeah.
I've actually eaten chicken twice today, and I'm willing to make it thrice.
Damn.
You're gonna die.
I'll do it.
No, he's not gonna die. The chicken died for your sins.
The chicken.
Hey, bro.
Get out of here, dog.
I mean, they do.
Damn. That should have been like Church's Chicken slogan or something.
Church. Oh my God.
That's a little risque.
It is.
A little crispy. Lit. That honey butter biscuit sounds so good right now.
That's funny as
I always thought
shit.
Church's Chicken was kind of bland though. That's random.
I ain't never really rocked with Church's.
Yeah,
okay.
I can also.
I grew up
It's the
I grew up
biscuits.
on Popeyes.
Fair.
Okay, so
Shout out to
Popeyes or KFC?
Popeyes.
Thank you.
Why'd
It's
you
not
ask?
even
I just had to make sure that we were on the same page because
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
else in the room isn't.
Were you trying to start a fight? Was that what that was?
KFC.
First of all, KFC is just soggy as fuck.
Okay.
It wasn't always.
I will say-
when
I
know.
When I was a child, I enjoyed KFC.
I did too.
Soggy, but was that our taste buds?
Nah, nigga, I know.
See how I
like
brought that
crunchy
back
and
around?
soft,
Yeah.
crunchy and soggy. Those are definitive
I will
things,
say
dog.
KFC has some fire chicken sandwiches though. The little slider joints, those are fire.
I ain't rocking.
Nah, Royal Farms.
The last
Royal
couple
Farms
times.
Oh yeah,
chicken sliders,
yeah,
my
yeah.
nigga?
Royal Farms got
Bruh,
it. Royal
when I
Farms
was-
got it.
Royal Farms.
I ain't had no Royal Farms where I was at
Man.
in college.
Y'all
That
have
was our
anything
time.
out
We
there.
had sheets.
Bro, we
we
didn't
had
have
sheets
shit.
hold up.
No, y'all had KKK sheets.
They used to have the swings.
Fuck.
Bro,
The
you had
sheet
KK
swings.
shit too.
They-
We did too, son.
had the KKK
Princess Anne,
sheets.
like they
Dog,
hated us out there.
anywhere that black people are sparse,
I mean, yeah, there's
white people are super comfortable, my nigga.
bruh. Yo, the first time we went to Frostburg, son.
That's wild.
The first time
I
we went
guess
to
that's how they look at
Frostburg-
college
Bruh.
educated black people.
As-
What's that
as
nigga
lit.
doing out? That nigga got a job?
Nah, he gotta go.
He gotta go.
Nah,
Where's the drugs?
I know y'all got him.
Where's that?
Hell, we got him. No,
No, that's
no.
wild.
First time we went to Frostburg, bro.
Never
Like
mind.
we were walking down the street from that one show. We were just walking down the street, going back to the Nails room. Shout out Dirty T, and like this car drove by us and was just like, "Fuck you, niggers," and just like kept driving. And I was like, "Wow."
Son.
Like fuck.
Dog.
I wasn't sure if he said "fuck the niggers" or "fuck you, niggers" or "fucking niggers."
Son.
Okay. Sorry to say N-word at my guy.
first year, second semester of college.
Jesus.
I was coming from a late night move, walking down the street. Like this was like the edge of campus, and then like I was about to turn down so I can go towards the dorms. And as I'm like crossing the street, this pickup truck, like
That's it
with
right
like
there.
loud, like the loud ass muffler and shit, like one of them arrogant, like
Yeah.
So like they're barreling up the street. I got to cross off fast to make sure I get past and I get hit. And they scream out, "Nigger!" Like
Wow.
I took off running, dog. But they were like driving in the car.
Bro, but
so
shit like that low key makes me laugh because it's just like
It is kind
I
of
started
funny.
chasing them like a motherfucker. I couldn't catch them.
Damn.
Bro, but they never would say that shit in your face. But what's funny to me, I see so many videos of like white people like really trying to act, you know, all wild and nigga this, nigga that. And as soon as you pop off on them, they be like,
Wait. You saw the joint? Speaking of Popeyes, you saw the joint with a dude. I think it was in a Popeyes or something, and he was just like wilding out in this.
And like 4 niggas jumped him.
Yeah, because he was
I
like
seen
he was
that
just
jump.
talking shit, and they were just like they were laughing.
Help me.
As soon as he said nigga, he was just like.
It's like,
his whole
bro, why
energy
do y'all-
shifted.
Why do y'all do this?
Some people are like indoctrinated in understanding their privilege. And they invoke it as soon as they start losing. Like as soon as
But every time, that's what it is. But it always works though, because anytime you see one of those videos where the cops pull up, they always get on the nigga.
You right,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
but like, and that's the way it is. Like they know that if I invoke my privilege right now, I don't have to take this loss.
What moment in time could I go back to with my DeLorean that would shift the balance?
I was thinking.
You
of
need to
some-
go
that
back
question.
to. You need to go back to like, I want to say pre-slavery, and
Obviously.
convince the entire nation of Wakanda to come out and like
Oh my
actually
God.
like defend the rest of the continent.
Are
my
you
nigga.
done?
Are you finished?
Are you finished? Shout out to Black Panther. Wakanda forever. Yes.
Funny as shit. But like maybe pre-slavery, if you could like.
I mean, obviously pre-slavery.
Like, exactly
nigga.
what point?
Yes.
Maybe
I'm wondering,
like,
like, what
when,
wrong
like-
with people do I need to like convince or like shank? Like,
I don't know, son. I need to know. I need to know way more Pan-African history.
and the thing is,
in order to
they've
in order to
shifted so
understand.
much history that it's like, I wouldn't even know.
I'm thinking maybe like Egypt.
It gotta be like
when, well, I mean, and by Egypt I mean biblical Egypt, because Egypt is a place, not a time.
Yeah.
But like maybe biblical times. I don't know. Maybe before that.
Man.
Honestly, I feel like I would think about it now. I think I would go back to want to look at stuff just to witness it.
Whenever the Catholic Church took its rise, if we go to like pre-Catholic Church era, and we can like get like, because, and I don't mean to start offending people. You know what? I'm not about to have this conversation.
Go for it. No, man. Come on, man. Speak your piece, man. This is shedCAST is a safe place.
PR training we've been having.
Nah, because like, all right, if you think about it, right, there was a time when the Bible and holy texts were being levied and used as political power over people,
right.
And I know that like, and there may be other instances, but I know that the Catholic Church was heavy-handed in those type of practices where they would levy religion as a political strength. If we can go before the Catholic Church started to successfully levy the power of religious texts in a political manner.
Political gain.
Yeah, for political gain. I'm pretty sure that would be a good point to like shift everything in time in like more let's say subjugated people's favor.
I feel you 100%, but in the same token, like around the world there were like hundreds of religions going on. You take out the Catholic Church, you know, something else is coming up. There was new religions every 2 centuries.
I think no matter what we would go back and do, somehow the shit would just come back. You know what I'm saying?
We would need like a to-do list of
we would have a whole to-do. We would have to be off some Assassin's Creed type shit.
Essentially,
like we really go back and just like murk everybody who's like. Okay, so another like weird time question, right? So if we did go back and we'll stay on that whole like flipping it, and you know, black people are the ones on top.
Yeah.
There would never be hip hop. So what would our music be?
I don't know, dog. But or hip hop would have just accelerated.
No, because hip hop was made out of like that struggle.
Rebellion.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you think because black people was going to be in charge, black people wasn't going to struggle?
Did white people struggle?
There are white people that struggle.
Not as much.
There are white people that are no, don't get it twisted.
There are white people we know, but we're talking about the majority.
I'm talking about the majority. The majority of white people are not living high on the hog. They're not like they're not the descendants of slave masters or plantation owners. A lot of people just be like regular ass white people that don't have any political or socioeconomic strength other than the fact that they are white and can identify with mainstream culture, and thusly they vote in that favor. And that becomes political power that emboldens what is white supremacy.
Yeah.
But like, dog, it's a lot of white people that suffer. That's why Eminem is like so. That's why Eminem is like such a rapper. Like he understands suffering, or at least he like for a long time he has understood suffering on a visceral level and levied it into a lyrical style.
Mom spaghetti.
I'm infinite.
Palms are sweaty.
It's like, what a struggle. You have sweaty palms.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Get over it, man. You're about to go on stage.
I'm just curious, like, what would our like?
What would our music be like if black people was in control?
Like, I feel like for white people, like pop is like that big thing, right? So like, what would be our pop? Yeah, like. And then what would be their hip hop?
I couldn't fathom it.
Would they have a hip hop to really exploit?
They would have. They would feel like they were the ones being held back and held down.
Oh,
and you know what I'm saying? Then what would their struggle music be? Country music? Like, I mean, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
It's a good question.
With WAP?
Really, what I would be interested in, right, is like
I won't disrespect CCB that way.
A world without capitalism.
It's
where like
happen.
As opposed to individualism, collectivism was a dominant like ideology, like because like capitalism is essentially at least what it seems like to me is that capitalism is essentially an extension of individualistic societies. Whatever it would like if they seem like they go hand in hand. I'm sorry, I got lost.
No, you good. I got you.
But capitalism and individualism seem tied, right? So collectivism will probably be something more akin to socialism being a predominant political ideology. Like what would a world look like if it was or if the the dominating power structure was socialism versus capitalism. But I guess I still wouldn't account for greed, because human greed will always turn to manipulation. But
so I think that would they would find a way to manipulate the socialists, or if anything, try to find a way to infiltrate. Like that's how. I mean, I can't think of any examples off the rip right now, but think about how all those crazy like policies got put into effect. Just somebody just kind of molding their way up, and then just kind of saying, okay, well, you guys trust me, I'm here, I've been here for 40 years, like Palpatine shit.
So like, because they sound like no matter what, somebody's going to be out here fucking up. What you need to do is go before the very first sin. That's where you need to go. Take the black DeLorean before the very first sin. Prevent them niggas from doing it. Stop! Don't do that.
Smack the apple
and
out.
then like no one's going to be subjubjugated. But then it only be 2 people on the whole planet.
No, I mean, maybe God would be like, go ahead, get your groove on.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After a while, maybe what if he was like, okay, I'll start peeling back some layers after a while.
Yo, this is really random. I just thought of something like, have you guys ever thought of doing something where you like go to like places in time in the black DeLorean and just be like fuck shit up? Like not fuck shit up, but just stop certain shit, like as like a campaign type of thing. Like just pull up and like just pull up and just be like, you know, someone's being a slave, like stop. And then just like shoot him or something, and then like Black DeLorean plays.
Take a cue out of
Dave Chappelle show.
I mean, that'd be lit.
Just pull up.
This is a gun.
I don't know.
Son, they replayed the slave master getting shot
over
like
and
70 times, dog. Like I keep on imagining. Like, they just had that shit on fucking loop.
Yeah,
dog.
I was like, come on, man.
But imagine if you were like, I mean, I never wanted to, you know, but imagine if you were like the slave in that moment, like that actually happened, and like somebody came and shot your master, and you were just like, oh,
take me with you,
nigga.
That would be tight.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of reminds me of that SpongeBob episode where they went back in time. I know it's random, but
what if?
Oh yeah, they did.
What if time travel was actually real and like happening on a regular basis, like all in through around us and what we're going through, but they're preventing fucked up shit from happening
like
in the
that
future.
show,
So like
Travelers.
Like Travelers.
I haven't seen
so
Travelers.
Like our reality is curated.
I actually did.
Our reality is being curated like along the entire stream of time
by people from the future.
But like, who would curate Trump being the president though?
I mean,
never mind.
Someone in the future,
somebody from the future who sees what's going to go wrong or go, you know, however they.
But what if they're not benevolent? What if they're curating our future to something screwed up?
I mean, that's the chance that we're taking.
Capitalism in the future.
What if it was like? What if there was this world without capitalism and socialism was like the thing, and some greedy ass scientifically endowed person figured out time travel and believed in capitalism and was like, I'm gonna go plant the seeds throughout the entire time stream.
I mean, honestly,
get this money.
That's probably the timeline. That's probably the timeline that we're in right now.
I will create the bag.
It's possible.
It's
we
my
could
bag.
already be in a altered ass timeline, like.
Dog. We're having a whole conversation about alternate realities.
You know what I'm saying? What if MLK and Malcolm X never got murdered? Like,
I wonder if actual physicists will listen to this and be like, these niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about.
I mean, physicists haven't figured out time travel yet, so I mean, our opinion is just as good as theirs. Neither
That we know of.
That's true.
We know of.
True. Well, Steve Hawking threw a RP. He threw a party. He threw a time travel party.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. He threw like a party and said, okay, if time travel was real, people will come back in time to this party.
He didn't invite people until the invites didn't go out until after the party happened. So he said if people show up to the party, then clearly.
That's a funny joke.
It is, but at the same time, like, if I'm from the future, I wouldn't come.
Yeah, because I'd be like, I don't want
I'd be like,
to know.
I'm not going to ruin it. Like, what do I want to come to your party?
But like, what if I didn't know about your time travel?
But I did, because I was already from the future.
But I'm saying, what if I'm so far from the future that I don't, like, maybe records have been messed up, or maybe I'm not paying attention to that part of human history,
True.
And like I'm just ignorant to the fact that one guy threw a time travel party.
But why would I go to this one guy's house?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how would I even know if I was like I didn't even know about the time travel party. So like, if I had the time travel abilities right now and just went back in the past, I wouldn't go to that next party. I wouldn't even know about it.
And honestly, thinking about what we were talking about earlier in terms of like, you know, dropping a rock at the beginning or end of a stream is like. If the ripple isn't big enough to even reach that side of the stream, you will not even realize what's going on. Like, of course, you know, you ask us, like, we're gonna go do this to Trump, do this to Hitler, do this to this, do this to that. But if there's something that didn't happen, didn't spread to another, exactly.
Is that change?
Did someone spread? Was someone in charge of a family that said, okay, we're gonna tell our next generation about the party, and they're gonna tell their next generation about the party, and we're gonna tell the next generation about the party, and eventually 10 generations later, someone's gonna pull up at this party, and it's gonna change.
Eventually, somebody's gonna pull up.
Someone's gonna pull up, and then it's gonna like change time.
Oh shit!
But it's like at this string in time right now, no one is coming back to it
that we know of.
That we know of. Like,
that we know of.
And that is the beauty of string theory. It's just what the hell.
Damn.
I don't know.
Blown.
What other questions do you have?
Well, I was before we got there, and it made me think of a few other things as well. But we'll save that. I was just going to ask what those places on the cover had to do with like your upbringing, what influenced you. I know you said And Pieces your favorite stuff. Of course, Spit Dad. I still need to go to Spit Dad, but you know,
I mean,
like,
Spit Dad. Spit Dad was the first place that we officially performed as Not.Alone. That was the first place we featured as a headline. So, and then Spit Dad is just that landmark in the city that allows, you know, creatives a safe space to explore their creative abilities and grow and get comfortable in it, and just
it's a really nurturing community.
You know what I'm saying?
They're really
cool. What else? White Corner.
White Corner was like, it's a breakfast restaurant, like off Southern Avenue. It's bomb. I've been going there since I can remember. Like my entire life, I've been going there. My father been taking me. My father been going there since it was owned by a different set of people.
Damn.
And he was a teenager. So like, my genetics been there for a generation.
Should definitely have stock in White Corner.
That's funny as hell. I should. But anyway, there's a lot of people that should, if that's by that logic. But yeah, it's like my favorite breakfast spot. It's like open 6 days a week. It's not open on Sunday, which is crazy because they probably cake out. They would cake out after church.
I would be closed on a Monday, dog. I would close on a Monday.
But like,
I feel that.
Everybody hates Monday.
They open from like, I think like 6 in the morning to like 1:30.
Oh, they're one of those places.
Yeah, so like it's not even.
It's a breakfast spot. Period.
It's breakfast time.
That shit is fire.
It's just like
fuck IHOP.
And then we enjoy and pizza.
Hey.
I'm not about to start no pizza beef. Or I mean pancake beef. I'm thinking about and pizza.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would be beef.
Oh, I got you. Pancake.
No. I mean, no. I was just.
I'm not getting involved. But
yeah.
And pizza is just a place that we enjoy to eat. In the city. Like Ben's, that's not really my thing. He wanted that.
I mean, Ben's Chili Bowl. Honestly, I'm trying to get on that mural one day.
Was that your pitch to get on the mural?
No, that's not the pitch. But it's like it's something that
like
I could really,
something that
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
with
us being from the area, that's where like a lot of the people who make it from this area end up being immortalized for some years. So I just think it'd be pretty cool. Pan a DeLorean up that bitch.
That's cool.
That'd be dope.
What else do we have? Spit That, White Corner, Ben's.
Danny's Carryout.
Danny's Carryout. Yeah, I mean Danny's. Do we need to explain that? Mambo sauce.
Okay, fair, yeah.
I can get steak and cheese egg roll, my nigga. Like
chicken and fucking fries.
Oh my god.
It's what I'm saying. Like,
I was gonna say, how did these? Well, I mean,
Carryout. I'll order up a bad bitch
and a steak and cheese. 1032. Oh man. R.I.P. We love you, brother.
R.I.P. It just cute. Sorry.
Bro, I would love to have a cypher with 80 right now. That'd be funny. How do you feel the area has influenced the music, or Not.Alone's music, your music, view on music?
I guess with the area being like full of really tight people, we're always kind of on like, we're kind of always on the edge of our seats a little bit, like watching our peers, and then also trying to push our limits. Like we gotta be ready. We gotta be prepared for any show, for any opportunity, because we know that our peers are doing such great things that like at any given moment we could we could be sharing that same limelight. So whenever this renaissance is happening in the city with all of these really tight new artists,
because the DMV
happens,
is like,
and like gets to,
up right now.
you know what I mean, looks our direction, we want to be ready for it.
Yeah.
So like we're always in a mind state of like, yo, we got to work, we have to push ourselves, we have to create something like that's special, at least special to us, like as special as we can,
Right.
you know what I mean, conceive. But like we're always trying to like excel beyond ourselves.
So do you think that's just I mean, I personally don't think it's like an exclusive to DMV thing, but I think that especially within like recent years, like it's been a thing, like what you're saying in terms of, all right, everyone just be on point, be ready, and not even necessarily on a I guess competitive sense. It's just like everyone's kind of like because, you know, we all were kind of doing the same things at the same times, and like everyone's kind of like getting into their Super Saiyan 2 stride, and it's like, all right, cool, like we're all powered up, let's go fight. But then it's like some people fight each other, and then it's like some people fight the enemies or whatever. I don't know.
It's weird derailments.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just feel like recently, at least, it's been really cool to watch. Like, before,
like
it was
all
really cool.
positivity.
Yeah.
Recent years.
Yeah,
I mean,
recent, and that's what you're saying, like the past couple
been,
years.
Yeah, it's just been all love, honestly.
I agree.
I think a big part of that comes from the fact that everybody who's kind of stepping up and starting to grow, they all kind of have their own sound, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like people are really fighting for like the same space. And I think that plays a part for sure.
I guess that makes it easy for people to support one another because they don't feel threatened. You know what I mean? Like if I don't sound like you and you don't sound like me, and we're not trying to sound anything alike, then
it's like, why not?
You know what I mean? I bump into you and I either enjoy your song or I'm cool with you as a person. Like why not support and elevate you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I just always thought that
also,
was like
I think
a weird...
people are just generally like maturing enough enough of the people that are taking themselves seriously are maturing enough to understand that there's strength in numbers and that, you know what I mean, and maybe not squander the opportunities that we're starting to see come this direction. Yeah. Because with a lot of pettiness and little and minor scrapes and stuff like that, you throw off the collective momentum because you stalling, like paying attention to bullshit. You stall the collective momentum, and everybody's kind of, it seems like everybody wants to keep up with that. Yeah. And like they're not engaging in, like, people that are making moves are mature enough to understand that like anything on this level is just a distraction from what I'm trying to get to. Absolutely. And what we're trying to do collectively. So.
No word. I feel that.
I feel that now. I feel that from a lot of people now.
Yeah, it's like it's been, I don't know, it just seems less tense now. Like it's cool. Like I mean, I guess I was never really like I would see things, but I didn't want to like, I guess, acknowledge it. You know, it's just like, okay, this is what it is. This is the music game. This is what they said. You know, but now I'm just like, I mean, people say, oh, the DMV's not supportive. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like.
I mean, they weren't always, so I think that's what people are riding off of.
Yeah, but it's like,
I think there's still pockets of that. You know what I mean? Like, there's still pockets of like the little cliqueisms where people like aren't really rocking with new people, or like if you're trying to do something, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And it depends on people's trajectory, because like there are people who make a certain type of music but want an uncomplimentary amount of attention or support, you know what I mean, like, or fan base. Like you make music that doesn't necessarily vibe with particular crowds, but you expect everybody to like want to, you know what I mean, support you. Like I don't make music that I'm expecting people from, you know what I mean, like that like heavy trap music, you know what I mean, like it's almost like your market. It's like two different genres. Like,
you gotta know your market.
So like when people don't understand their market, they feel that sense of there's no support, and you know what I mean. I think a lot of people are still, because there's not a solid sound for the area, and there's no real infrastructure of a industry here for the music. Like people aren't competing to get to a certain level, but they're all competing for each other's audiences. Yeah. But and they're not competing they're not competing for the same sound. So like you're looking at it like, I should be getting so and so's like following because like my stuff is just as good as his stuff, but like he's making a certain sound, and like we're in different, like you're looking at other niggas' lanes, and expecting their fan base to come over. Like it's not always the case.
That's real. It's so real. Like walking around, like going to some of these different venues, like like maybe like walking by Black Cat on a Friday night and seeing who's in line. You're just like, I've never seen any of these people ever in my life.
Like what you gonna get going to Black Cat. But outside of that, like I just love the fact that the DMV just has so many different sounds. To be honest, like, I like that it's just not this one type of signature sound. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy that personally.
I just like it being,
but
it
does make it harder.
I mean, we have a signature sound. It's just like it wasn't for more mainstream music. It's like Go-Go is the signature sound in the area.
Yeah,
it's not a mainstream type of music. So like the stuff.
I guess I should.
So like the stuff that
more mainstream type.
But you know,
but of course, Go-Go is always going to be the city.
It's crazy how that shifted though.
I mean, that's that Ripple shit.
Who went back in time?
Yeah, because like, do you remember when nobody was trying to be rappers and everybody was trying to be in the go-go band?
Mm-hmm.
Like, like that was a thing, dog. Yeah. Like if you was a rapper, people looked at you like, weird nigga. If you were a singer, it's like, okay, you must have went to church. But like, you must have sang in church. But like, if like everybody else wanted to be in a go-go band, like that was the cool shit.
And the rappers wanted to get in a go-go band to rap, and then
the rappers wanted to be like
doing
the lead mic in a go-go band, like.
I was like, no, it doesn't quite happen like that, but it can.
But when that shifted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when Go-Go started getting cracked down on the city a little bit harder, and like the shows wasn't popping as hard.
Niggas had to find
alternative routes.
Do you think that is capitalism right there? I mean, of course, I think to some degree it is, because all the noise.
It's something cultural that threatens mainstream flow of ethics or
that's that.
Like acceptability standards, so probably
that's that time travel shit. Somebody came back and said Go-Go cannot be. If Go-Go is huge, there'll be a black renaissance. We can't have it. Go back in time, stop these niggas from banging on these drums.
It's still crazy though. That Go-Go like didn't make it as to be considered as one of those top genres, like because it's tight as hell. Like how can you not rock with it? You know what I'm saying? Like
if you're not from here.
I mean, it's just like saying I don't like music from out of ATL. Like,
it's like okay.
It's like saying back when Go-Go was like really like cranking like that. It was like DC was like Wakanda for like mainstream artists.
Because mainstream artists had to come here. They had to have a Go-Go band open for them, regardless.
Or the crowd wasn't coming.
Or they wasn't. I mean, that's beautiful, man. I feel like that's.
I remember like
that's a beautiful.
One of my coworkers told me that like who was it? He said like Big Daddy Kane came to DC. The crowd wanted an encore from the band. He wasn't playing with the band. He was like, and they was nah, nigga. So he sat on the stage like, I'm getting paid regardless.
And the band just went?
And then let the band play.
What?
Like my coworker told me the story. It's from way back, but like that's what they used to say about DC is like artists couldn't come here and like not perform with a go-go band, son.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
son. Niggas have mixtapes with like
that shit is lit.
Like niggas have mixtapes with like them when they came to DC and like performed with go-go bands and shit. That shit's
like
crazy.
Jill Scott and even Lil Jon did a go-go.
Yes, dog.
Those are good times. Good times. Son. Shout out to 03. Shout out to 03. And 05 with Pieces of Me. Spoke to my soul. As well as Whip Wop. Anyway. So speaking of back to the EP. Once again, just going back to like I said, I think one of the songs that really resonates hardest with me is Time Spent, just because I am, just the flowing river of trying to figure out time management, figure out what to prioritize, what not to prioritize, what should I do? Should I sleep for an hour, or should I get on social media for an hour? Should I read for an hour? Should I meditate for 20? What should I do? What should I do this? Should I do that? Like, how do you guys handle your time management?
It's really just based on priorities for me at this point, and just knowing what I need to do, what I'm trying to do, and what I got to do those things. If that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, between work,
is that the Bluetooth?
It's so. I mean, it's so much. It's so much shit that like you got to deal with now. At least for me personally, I mean, dealing with working an 8-hour job, dealing with trying to create the music, dealing with having to spend time with family. I have a girlfriend as well, so of course I want to spend time with her too. And then it's like, it's a balancing act, man. Like, I'm a gymnast out here.
Dig.
Yes, I am I'm a habitual procrastinator.
It's okay. It's okay, man.
So, what helps me with my time management is I started this thing like maybe last spring. I want to say it was last spring I started it. Maybe summer. I do daily to-do list. So like I'll have like general goals that I have set up in front of me, whether it be for goals for reaching milestones for the project, or there are just general goals that we want to do, like release this many records throughout the year, you know what I mean, get in this many shows, make this much money,
essential,
like so
helpful that shit.
So we set up, so like we'll sit down and just have meetings, like instead of, because our time is sparse sometimes, so like we'll like choose not to do music one day and then like just sit and talk about goals and talk about like things that we want to accomplish.
Man, we'll go to practice and sit and talk for like 2 hours about shit that we have to talk about. Yeah, like I mean, it's just because with it being three of us and all of our times being so widespread, it's just it can be difficult, man. So
like I take those goals that we have in our meetings. Yeah. And then I'll write them down, and then every day I'm writing down a list of things that I need to do to accomplish that, along with like maybe this day I need to work in Ableton, like make this many beats in Ableton, or
you're in Ableton now, man.
I need to do piano. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry. I use Ableton, and like the push controller makes it like a whole experience, dog. It's a whole instrument. Yeah. So like I really,
it looks cool. It looks cool.
Like,
I'm just hating because I haven't tried it yet.
Ableton is crazy.
Save up some bread. Buy that shit.
Ableton is crazy.
It's worth it.
I'll check it out.
I'm telling you,
I'll check it out. Like I mean, I'm still like finished up with FL right now.
I'm telling you, dog.
It's like that.
It's just
I see the automation is crazy on there.
Yeah.
I'm still only scratching the surface. I've made a bunch of like beats. Like I've even started getting into live performing with the jump.
And I'm said live producing. I was like, okay, we don't want to touch on that a little bit.
So I'm still only just scratching the surface of everything, dog. I'm so excited with this shit. So like, I'm setting up, like working in that every day as goals, and then like I'm trying to teach myself like new skills. So it's like
same.
Or like I gotta email some people about the EP to try to like get more exposure for it. Email talent buyers to see if I can like get opening sets. Something, anything at their venue so we can perform and get more shows and like make some money doing it. So,
I feel that, yeah.
So yeah, that's how I've been able to like perfect my time management. And even I haven't even perfected it. I still fuck up. I missed up, you know what I mean? But I try to hold myself accountable for as much as I can.
Word.
Yeah.
He goes in timeout sometimes by himself. Puts himself in the corner.
In time.
You're a weirdo.
Some stuff.
Thank you.
You're a weirdo. Leave me alone.
So, one thing you mentioned was just like about making money from the music, and this is not me trying to get into your pocket, so don't worry. But
cool, we broke.
What do you say? All right. No. I would say in terms of like a business on a business level, like I saw you guys at the, we were all at the panel a couple weeks ago, the So You Want to Be a Rapper panel. Shout out to Q and Sabrina, Medium PR. These guys are put on a great event. But I don't know, I thought that event was like, I went in there knowing a certain amount, and I was okay, this is my refresher course, but I felt like I just learned everything over again.
Just learn a bunch more shit.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa, okay, I didn't think about this. But what did you guys think of it, and like, what did you learn from it?
It was confirming a lot of research I'd already done.
Word. Yeah.
A matter of learning some new things and confirmation.
To like have the confirmation. Because like to do research on your own is like, okay, I think I know this.
Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure. But like when you actually get a confirmation of the research from somebody
actually doing it
in the field and doing what they're doing, it's like, okay, bet. So I was right.
Yeah.
Let me have a little bit of confidence. And now not only do I have the information, but I have a confidence to go along with it, to like maneuver.
It was a great event, man.
And we got to do one of the one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Oh, where? How was that?
It was
sold out when I got to it.
It was really that was really assuring as well. Like we played we ended up playing Way Back, which is the first song on the EP.
And Time Spent.
And we played Time Spent for him, and he was like, yo, we like what you guys are doing. Like they gave us a lot of positive feedback, and
And it wasn't like the bullshit feedback. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of tell.
Yeah, we're just like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
J-Holes.
Yeah.
He was the guy that did our one-on-one, and he gave like some legitimate feedback, and it's really cool.
Appreciated that.
Yeah, we appreciated that. So, like it was a really really good experience. I like attending events like that, attending conferences.
Yeah, I always see you at those events, man. I love they do need to.
I want to know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I feel that.
It's cool to do stuff and then like hope for like. You know what I mean? You hoping for
it's like a one in a million thing,
Ex
like
Machina to come out of the sky and like
take care of you.
Yeah, and like save the day.
Yeah.
But like I'm not dependent on somebody to just save the day while I'm just sitting around being ignorant. So like I try to learn.
Gotta be prepared,
something
man.
so I can like, and it'll inform my art as well as protect it if I know what I'm doing.
Nothing is worse than a situation occurring that you're not ready for.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw some of that there actually.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no, I'm glad you said that. Like that was one big thing I left with too. I was okay. I thought I knew a lot, and I was like, okay, now I know a good amount. Yeah. And it just kind of gave me that air of like, all right, like let's really apply this shit. Like fuck all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And just apply it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm happy to hear that from you guys.
First time I ever used Deus Ex Machina in a conversation. Sometimes I just sit around waiting to say smart shit. I learn new things and I be wanting to share it with people.
I can't wait.
This nigga's like an excited puppy at the door waiting. Like
no, that's real. It's like
it helps with my music, son. It helps with my writing.
Yeah.
Like I'm always learning something new
something that can be applied and
something to think
expanded on. I think damn.
Brain fart.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Just in terms of that, I think that is a great exercise in retention, like because you can learn something and you may never ever get that opportunity. Exactly, but it's same token. If I learn about the best knots for a camping trip and never going to a camping trip in 8 years, it's like I'm not gonna remember how that knot went.
Yeah.
But I still know it. But it's like I don't really.
I mean that's the purpose of going to going to events. That segued right back around.
Fair.
You go back to events to get that confidence and get that reassurance in your knowledge, so you don't forget it, even if you know what I mean. Even if the muscles are a little rusty.
Comes full circle. Like DeLorean.
Don't cut the string. So, really quick, I just touch on this really quick. So, unfortunately, I couldn't make it out to the listening party, but how did that go? It looked like it was awesome.
Man, that shit was beautiful, man. The turnout was amazing. I mean, it definitely exceeded our expectations. I mean, me personally, I don't know.
I didn't expect that.
I mean, there were literally people like hanging out of the doorway area because they couldn't fit inside
the whole cafe.
It was beautiful, man. We really appreciated everybody for coming out. And just showing love. There was so much positivity in the room.
Love in the room,
so much positivity, love. Just it was great. I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything else. To be honest, man, it was beautiful. The reception was on point. Feedback was good. Everybody was bobbing their heads and shit.
It's dope.
It was a whole. What do the kids call it? A vibe. It was
a vibe.
A vibe.
So really quick, I just remember, Mark, I remember what I wanted to ask you. So of course, Not.Alone was my introduction to you, like your voice and you as a person. And I always thought you had not even always thought, I think this project confirmed, it was like, I look at your style and I'm not boxing it in, I'm just thinking just off first listen, it's like Raphael Sadiq mixed with like Devin the Dude. In terms of your harmony stacking, it reminded me of Devin the Dude, but your voice is like Raphael Sadiq. I want to ask you who are your influences and?
I mean, honestly, biggest influence when it came to singing for me was D'Angelo.
Okay. Who come out with Raphael Sadiq?
You know what I'm saying? That whole, I know they hated it being called neo soul, but that whole neo soul movement really. Stuck with me. I mean, that's all I listened to for years, nonstop. Just Erica, Jill, all of them. But D'Angelo was that nigga, so all day.
Word. I can definitely hear that. I mean, I know I say Raphael Sadiq, but
I mean, they
collab.
They were all in that same room together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's cool. Like, just how those like generations and groups of. I don't know. It's another thing about time, just to see, you know, where it all goes.
And it's just crazy because you never know who you're gonna influence like down the road. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know they weren't sitting in that room like, oh, this is gonna influence little young niggas in 20 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they gonna sing our shit.
Yeah, but it
Little
does.
young niggas. In
So
20
it's just crazy. I mean, it's like, damn, who's gonna listen to our shit and be like, oh man, I want to, you know, rap like No Man. I want to sing like Amore. I want to produce like Not Alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm getting way ahead of myself. But
hey man, we're talking Black DeLorean. We're talking time.
Shit.
This is the goal.
Yeah, man. Ball shit.
Nah, I feel that. Shout out to
You funny.
shout out to Rose.
Rose.
Wait, actually, never mind. I'm not.
Wingstop.
I'm not gonna. Nah, no Wingstop.
Niggas did have Wingstop.
Yeah, y'all did. Y'all carnivores.
Dang.
But no, let me stop shit on the carnivores. Yo, really quick, Not Alone, really quick. If you want to say one last thing for the people, like any closing words for the people.
Shout out to the Shed.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
It's okay to be yourself, bro. Cool. We fuck with you. Come fuck with us. We fuck with you. Be cool. Be you.
Yeah, man.
Be as cool as you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
The schoolboy,
Yeah.
Also, really quick, where can they find you guys?
Everywhere. Not Alone LLC. So just Twitter, IG, SoundCloud. It's all Not Alone LLC. You can find Black DeLorean on all streaming platforms.
Everywhere, dog.
Everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
That's
iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal,
Go on Tidal,
Amazon,
guys. Tidal,
Google
Tidal.
Play.
Shed a tear.
Tidal pays all
Audio
those guys.
It's the first time I ever put
SoundCloud,
music out like
Word.
to that extent. So like,
Bruh, I was sitting there
How
like
was that?
from like 11:30 the
surreal,
night
dog.
before,
I was like- I was
up until
not
midnight.
believing
Like I was like
It was
just
like-
refreshing everything. Like I was checking
Christmas,
everything.
dog. It was like
I was
Christmas.
I was checking like DistroKid, like you know.
Shout out to DistroKid.
You know, yeah.
Shout out
So
to DistroKid.
it was crazy because it was like they started rolling in slowly. Like as I was worried, I was like, damn. Like we've been telling people it's coming out today. Like what if they fuck up and like it don't come out?
Yeah.
Like that's the worst shit ever.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So once everything like started rolling in, it was like it wouldn't even like show the track. Like I remember on Spotify, like it just showed Not Alone with nothing under it, and like Apple Music. But then like as soon as midnight came around, like all the shit was live. It was crazy. It was just for me, it was a relief. Like as soon as like midnight hit and I saw everything, it was just a relief, and I was able to go to sleep.
Damn.
I didn't go to sleep for like 2 more hours because I was prepping everything for the next day. But it was great, man. It's tight.
So yeah, the EP is everywhere. Everywhere that you can stream, that's where it can be streamed.
And
Listen
bought.
to it. Share it. Share it with a friend. Share it with your family. Share it with your foes. Just share that shit. Please.
I also say it's great at the gym.
I didn't know that.
It's great at
It
the
wasn't
gym.
really, I didn't make it for gym, but apparently it works in the gym. That's
it's
crazy.
great for the gym.
I heard if you bump time spent while you bench pressing, you can bench press like 2 times your usual. Like,
Whoa.
Oh really? Like twice your max?
Try like.
Don't try this
Try
at
that
home.
shit out. Try that shit out.
Do not
Highly
try this at home.
Try that
disagree
shit out.
because
And
you know
today,
I was on the treadmill,
gym while listening
No.
to time spent, a young man.
broke his pelvis somehow doing the bench press. No, I would say during time spent, it was like that's like 6-7 minutes into the joint, like in the middle. I'm like, all right, I had to turn the treadmill down a little bit. I had to walk and listen. I was like, all right.
You had to calm down just to track 3. You know, Black
Exactly.
DeLorean was like,
All right.
woosah.
Yeah, I couldn't run off of that though. I was like, I had to hit the stride. Just like, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so stupid. I love it. Shout out to the shoot dance.
That's what it's called?
I think so.
I'm not gonna lie
I
to
don't
you.
know. I don't know. I'm old now. Like, I don't know the names of any dance.
I just see him.
I'm
and
young.
it's like,
I just
okay.
don't like that dance.
The
I
last
just
name
didn't
of
care
the
to-
dance I
didn't care to learn
heard
it.
that I knew was like,
It's so easy. It's just,
Is it?
Kinda.
It's a little challenging.
well,
What
the
kind?
hard
What
one
kind?
is this. This the one where
What
you like.
kind?
That one is hard. It looks hard.
Oh, the
they're like,
Yeah, because I'm just like, how are
like
you coordinating
you
your
have to do it
arms?
slow. Do
Okay.
it slow, and you'll get it, and then like you'll be able to like
Where do I
eventually
start?
figure out the flow of it. But like I tried to teach myself that shit going on fast, and I was like, nigga, this ain't. Nah.
You gotta slow down. Take
when I slowed it down.
I gotta watch a YouTube. I hope someone on YouTube has done that, like the Soldier Boy dance. When Soldier Boy did the tutorial, I need that tutorial for that dance.
Soldier Boy did do a tutorial. Son,
that was huge, bro. That was
like ringtone rap had dance tutorials for the songs, dog.
That was a great way to make money on YouTube.
So you remember all them dances, dog?
Watch me crank that Spider Pig.
Batman. Watch me crank my Batman.
Yeah,
like
Batman,
Spider-Man,
and now
RoboCop.
Crank that Yank.
And now he's worth over like 100 million.
Is he really?
I mean, I think at one point he was.
I'm not pocket watching, so I can't tell you.
But
you just made it sound so bad. Like I wasn't
pocket watching Soldier Boy.
Like it just, I saw something on Twitter. I'm sorry.
No, he did do something with a casino or something.
In my pocket. Watch it in my pocket.
Oh, the walk it in my pocket.
Yo, in my pocket.
Speaking of, bro, I watched that stuff the other night. I was smacked, and this is probably the reason why. But I got so much more respect for Dr. Seuss after watching that walk it in the socket.
Oh, yeah, that shit was wild.
Because it just made it really. He just made up. He was like, I got a bofa in the sofa, and I'm just like, you just made up a random thing.
It just worked.
And said this is the bofa.
His whole junk,
like, what the
whole junk, like all of his books, his whole collection,
just
dog. He just makes up a bunch of stuff. Like he just made up stuff. Like,
I love it.
I think that shit was so fucking genius, dog. He was like,
he's like
you
the
know
far side of authors, just making up words.
I'm gonna just make up new words. They're gonna be whole different animals.
Just crazy.
And there's gonna be a moral to this story.
I'll figure it out.
The Lorax.
The bofa. The bofa on the sofa.
The bofa on the sofa.
Like,
definitely gonna add that into a song.
Don't.
The bofa on the sofa.
The bofa on the sofa.
Now look out for that bofa.
Hey, y'all, look out for that bofa on the sofa.
Don't forget about the Zillow on the pillow.
Be ready.
You better not
forget
about
Zillow on the pillow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, is that where Zillow got the
Shut up.
I don't know.
Stop.
That would
like a home is where you lay your head.
Yeah.
So like Zillow changed my like
Stop.
Zillow
My
changed
mind
your pillows.
exploded.
Son, like you remember when Pusha T said that lyric?
What?
I let Zillow change my pillows.
No.
I thought that shit was the hardest bar in the world for like a whole month, dog. I was like, I let Zillow change my pillows.
What does that mean?
He lets the company. He changes houses.
I let Zillow.
I don't even change my pillows. I just change houses. That's some balling ass shit.
Oh.
That's like when Currency said my bathtub lift up.
Yeah.
Walls do a 360. But I'm pretty sure he got that from Jadakiss.
I wish it was from Jadakiss or James Bond.
Nah, Jadakiss, like.
I mean, yeah, but like
I think we're on the We Gonna Make It.
Yeah. But where the bath? Like that's so exquisite.
Why does my
it's
bathtub
specific.
lift up, and how do my walls do a 360?
Like this with the house turn or does the bathtub turn?
Like I don't know. Like does my bathtub do the 360 with my house?
Am I in the bathtub?
Do I have to be in the bathtub for this to work?
Do I have to be in the bathtub to operate this machine?
You know what, Jadakiss? I need to see this bathtub lift up.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, walls to a 360.
Bro,
YouTube
they should
Currency.
bring back MTV Cribs. Like for like one season.
Was
like
that a drug reference? Am I just
what?
The bathtub lift up walls to a 360? Is that a drug reference? Is that some drug shit I ain't learned about?
It could, I guess.
You know, is it an ivory?
Is the tub white?
Oh, yeah.
Dog. All right, so like you can find him on Twitter and IG.
Mark_Moore, MARC_AMOUR, Twitter and IG, and yeah, that's all.
You can find me on Twitter and IG as Nomad the Native. Everything spelled correctly. NOMADTHENATIVE. Real simple, and I'm a cool guy. I interact with you.
Once again, we're not alone. Not.Alone LLC.
Data doesn't even have a
social platforms and all
like,
that shit. That's why I said he's invisible. So I mean,
like,
for all you know, he's really here. So
hey,
that's crazy. There are people who really think there's only 2 of us in the group. Like
a lot of times,
a lot of people think there's only 2 of us in the group.
Damn.
It's actually.
Come on, Data. You gotta pull up, Data. Come on, man. What's going on, man?
Get into that bag.
I feel that too.
Not mad.
I ain't mad.
Not mad at the bag.
So thank you for having us.
Hey man, thank you guys for taking that flight out here to Waldorf, man.
Yo, man.
I mean, you guys got to took a train.
We had a friend. She had to make sure she had her passport before she came with us. So.
Yeah, they get rough at TSA, so I made a call earlier though. Make sure I was like, hey, make sure my people get through safe. So
it was wild.
Shout out to Ambassador CJ to the country of shed life.
Yes.
Wakanda.
Waldorf, Wakanda. Speaking of, I saw a poll that said, "What's further, Waldorf or Wakanda?" And I was just like, "What the hell? Like, y'all gonna stop
It
playing
depends.
with
It's
it?"
Are we
obvious,
going by land or sea?
I thought
I
it
don't
was
know,
obvious.
man. Okay.
I mean, Waldorf, clearly. I mean,
I can't.
Even in the figments of my imagination, Wakanda is closer than Waldorf.
Wakanda's in my heart. Waldorf
Wakanda is home.
far.
Wakanda is home. It's in my heart.
Damn,
That one's good.
Wakanda
that's a good
forever.
answer too.
man.
Like, I wouldn't even be mad if someone said that.
Oh man.
But yo, like on the road to yo, hey, once again, we appreciate you guys for coming out. You know, make some noise for Not.Alone, everybody. Like, if you're listening to it, just clap in the car. Don't crash though. You know.
Go us.
And please check out that Black DeLorean EP, available on all streaming
man.
sites. I would say Tidal because they pay the most. And
Yeah, shout out to
Yes, they
Tidal
do.
pays you
Yes,
the
they
bigger
do.
fraction
Oh,
of
they
the
do.
cent.
They do. I'm sorry, Mr. JJ.
The biggest fraction
Yes.
of a penny.
yes, yes.
Thank you.
So shout out to Tidal, shout out to Not.Alone, Black DeLorean EP, and shout out to History. And let's make some, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get better at this
History.
closing thing. All right, y'all. We out. Thank
All right.
y'all. Peace.
shedCAST? Yeah, everyone, this is shedCAST. Yo, shedCAST. Yeah, how y'all doing tonight? Yeah, how y'all doing?